The great beyond is what you are. The great beyond is where you are now. It's not something or somewhere that you're going to. This world of space-time is an appearance of the great beyond. Is just a dashboard, you could say, just like in an airplane. It's just a dashboard of an infinite, wider reality. And so this is really embracing the all. And not everyone is going to want to hear this. Not everyone is going to feel ready for this. And I've got lots of videos that help with just basic inquiry and awakening. But, you know, we're in times now where we're really moving into a space where we're realizing this multidimensional reality that we are a part of and we're able to access while still being in human form. And so only if you're really ready to hear this, then you can fully take it on and you'll understand what I'm saying. Otherwise, it will just sound like gibberish. But if you're on this path and you already know that space-time isn't the fundamental reality, then you would know that there's an infinite reality that we are part of that exists outside of this, but it's not actually outside because it is this. This is just an appearance of form and matter, when really what's actually going on behind the curtains here is a infinite reality with endless dimensions and endless everything. And it's amazing. There's light, there's endless planes, there's anything you can imagine. And that's why it's so unimaginable, is we create it. We literally create it. So this is not somewhere that we're going, like when we die, when nature and when this body decomposes, that we're like going somewhere. It's somewhere that we already are. It's just where we're more so revealing ourselves to what's already there. Like, oh, I thought I was this, but I thought I was that, but I'm actually this. And there's nothing to be scared of, because everything and the great beyond and this world of form, it's all supported by love, right? Even the challenges that we have, right? This plane of this 3D space-time world is a test. It is a test for all of us seeming separate individuals. We came here to get tested, and we all have tests, whether it's, you know, something from the past, you know, something we've said or done, or something other people have said or done. We've all had these things, and you know, there's nothing to be afraid of, because it's a test for you to wake up to who and what you truly are, which is infinite love, infinite consciousness, existing right now, only appearing as a space-time world. And for it to appear like that, it has to create a duality, right? And that's the split that happens. The split happens through the darkness, through the getting lost, which we all have. And then to realize that what we are actually is an infinite creator, infinite light that is just somehow embodying this through a perspective. And so what we're doing here is really, we're preparing to just see more of this reality. It's not somewhere we're going, as I said, because we're already there. So we get there by basically what basic, awakening and inquiry teaches, but it doesn't teach or actually explain what is the deeper reality to this, and it's the great beyond. And so the more deeper we can get into this moment, into this infinite now that we've always been in, it's always been this infinite now, right? Come into your heart center, come into this moment, the stillness, and know that you're always the witness. You're always this great beyond that's basically witnessing this life of the character play out in form. So the more we can get in touch with that centered, still, soulful, loving place, then the more we can easily see the great beyond and open to that. And it's somewhere that we already are. And so people have this fear of dying, like, well, what's going to happen? Will something bad happen to me? Or will it be good? Will it be bad? And that's another thing that's completely all wrong. It's not neither good or bad. It's just you already have. There's no, all that's going to happen is you're going to realize what you always were. You're going to realize what you always were. So you're not going to lose. You're not going to lose. This will sound strange, but you're not going to feel like you lose anything. It could be a huge amount of excitement or awe of how cool this level of limitation was. Like, one of the best games you've ever played, because why wouldn't you come into this? And it could also be, an amazement of what actually we are, which is infinite, endless planes of beauty, of love, of music, of joy. And, we're all there already. We're all there already. You just have to trust this. And so this is up to you, the power of you as a creator, to trust this and trust yourself. And I know it will get weird. This can feel weird for the egoic self and for the human. Of course, that's why a lot of this might feel strange to people. And if you're watching my videos or you're continually watching them, you're probably not frightened of any of it. But this is why it can get scary for people, because they believe, it's not that they believe anything, but because of these changes of realizing our infinite nature, right? Where something so vast, that's actually terrifying to the person. But there's nothing to actually be scared of. You're just going to work. These emotions are going to come through, right? They're going to play out. I've got all these texts coming through. They're going to play out all these emotions and all these, doubts and worries. And they're not separate to this awakened, because you already are awakened. You already are there. But they're all going to come through, play out, and then you're just going to see, and you're going to get bored of it, and you're going to realize I'm not that the fear is what's keeping me in this gridlock. So all it comes back to is just breathing, knowing, and seeing that you're already there. There's no one that's above you. There's no one that's more awake. This is a space of now which exists outside of linearity that we create. And so the purpose here, it's like, well, then why are we here? And like, why do we have story? And what's the whole point of this? If linearity is just something we create, is then to bring this understanding of our infiniteness, of our infinity, through the person, right? So we're bringing our eternity through the person, and then the world of form, we're going to be able to do everything we could imagine, everything, because we're not coming from a place of fear or lack. We'll be able to just teleport, to biolocate, telepathy. It's already something that's possible, but you'll only be able to start seeing this and realizing this if you have that deep trust in yourself. You're willing to die to this moment, to what you already are, and see that you don't actually die. You don't actually die. You're just becoming more of what you are. So it's a test. This is a giant test. And I know it's hard. And I made a video on that recently. But the feelings, and when you have those days of, like this is too much, or, questioning and all that stuff, that's not separate to being awake. You're the conscious perceiver that is seeing all of that play out. So, know that it's okay. None of that is separate to your already awakeness, to your already infinite, loving awareness. And it's very difficult. None of what I say here can actually can actually point anywhere close to what the great beyond is and what we already are, it's fucking a whole other level. And like, you know, we already like there are sacred medicines that can show us these things now, but we can get there by meditating. And that's what we're learning, is we can get there by meditating. Also in sleep, we realize like it's not even dreaming anymore. It's like we're realizing that we are a one larger mind that's dreaming this whole thing. It doesn't matter if we're dreaming or we're here. And so we already produce these compounds that are connected to this larger reality, and NDMT, 5-MeO-DMT, and you can just access these without having to do any of that. So this is a real trust, okay, in you, dropping all spiritual ideas, nothing to do with being spiritual, nothing to do with being religious. It's all you. It's all you. And, you know, it's like, wow, you know, we're all gonna realize like this fear and worry of just becoming what we already are is hilarious, but it's part of it, right? It's a test. We want to work through it. Like, the limitation has to be here now for us to realize like that we're not that. Okay? So we're all gonna fly, and it's gonna be fun. All right. To infinity and beyond.